Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kristen, for those that don't know. I am the CEO, owner, and senior consultant for C. Jones Consulting, and I'm also a sales development rep for Lender Close here in Des Moines, Iowa. Whoop, whoop. Shout out to the CUSOs and the FinTechs and the credit union world. Well, today I'll keep it fairly short. I thought I'd talk about my top 3 reasons for why now is the best time to buy a home. I mean, home values are going up, rent is going up, but at the same time, interest rates are fairly low. So usually around this time of year for the past few years, besides 2007 and 8, the springtime has always been considered prime time home buying season. Not just because of the weather, but more or less what's going on behind the scenes in the home lending industry. And I've had the pleasure of working in this industry for almost 5 years now, both at a corporate standpoint in an investment firm and now at a fintech for CUSOs, for credit unions. And so what makes me qualified to talk about this is the fact that I talk to CEOs, senior VPs of lending, loan officers, realtors. I have over 800 connections on LinkedIn with these people, and I converse with them every day on the phone, and they let me know, at least where their institutions are in this market. And as it's growing, and as they're growing, and as the housing market does make some changes throughout the years, it's interesting to see, how first-time home buyers adapt to these things. So let's jump right into it. And before you get any further, I really encourage everyone to opt in for my email updates and definitely for my newsletters, so you can keep up with C. Jones Consulting, what's new and what's going on in the industry. I love to definitely reach out to everyone, and I'm also offering a free ebook or a free worksheet, courtesy of just being a dedicated follower and wanting to learn more about my business and what I do. So here are my top 3 reasons for why right now is the best time to buy. The first reason, of course, is pretty obvious. Interest rates are low. I mean, out of the banks and credit unions I talked to, I've heard anywhere from 3.75% to 3.9% for a 30-year fixed loan. Now, when it comes down to adjustable rates, obviously those would be different. 15 years are different, 20 years are different, but across the board, for the most part, they are fairly low. They're in the low 4% range to about the mid 3.5%. Obviously, it depends on where you're located, so don't take my word for it. Just go and definitely shop around for rates if you're considering buying around this time of year. My second reason is now it's considered a seller's market, which means that, as I mentioned, property values are a little bit higher, but at the same time, there are more sellers around than there are buyers. So as a home buyer, you may have a lot more options in your price range, given that you speak with a realtor, for you to choose from. So definitely don't take this time lightly if you're considering to buy fairly soon, because you may have a lot of options available to you during this time of year. My last and final reason is that rent is extremely high. So anyone that is currently renting, like myself, and you're considering buying, definitely consider the option, because if you're paying, let's say, $1,800 in, I don't know, Atlanta for a 2-bedroom loft, you can probably own a home for around that same amount, or maybe even cheaper, a month. So definitely, do the math, speak with a consultant, and, try to decide if buying a home is the best option for you. So that's about it for tonight. I won't take up too much of everyone's time. If you like what you've heard, or if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, definitely leave them in the comments section and share away. I'm just getting on my feet with understanding the metrics behind YouTube and, what makes this tools so powerful for people like myself, realtors or loan officers, and I'm growing my business. So I definitely appreciate the support and also the critiques. Well, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for listening.